Let's see, what else? So they took me back in to the procedure room, and this was all done in the office. I mean, they had their surgical area, but this was done in the actual Charlotte Plastic Surgery office. Sorry. And so then I went back there after I got my anesthesia. I could walk perfectly fine. Well, no, I didn't get my anesthesia then. I got antibiotics. And don't be alarmed, but when they do that, your whole arm is going to be freezing cold. But they should normally put a heated blanket over you because you're in your robe, or you're in your like surgical robe, and there's not a back to it, and you have to wear paper panties pretty much, which are like kind of cloth, but they're called paper panties. So I didn't have anything on, so I was kind of cold. But then they took me back, and I laid down in this really nice surgical bed that was super soft and squishy. And they put these well, at least for me, they put these circulation things on your feet, like they wrap them up kind of like an ace bandage. And it sends, not really shocks, but like, I guess they're kind of shocks, like really light shock waves. So it's almost like your circulation keeps going since you're laying down for an hour and a half under anesthesia. And then they propped my knees up with pillows to make me more comfortable. I had a pillow behind my neck. I was really comfortable. I had a really, really warm blanket over me. It was a heated blanket. But they're not like regular heated blankets. It's like a blanket that fills up with air, and then there's like little tiny holes, and then the hot air comes through the holes. So it's like a continuous warmth, and the blanket doesn't get cold later. And then the anesthesiologist, she was talking to me, and some of the other nurses were like talking to me about my tattoos, and they were like, "We like your tattoos, and that's really great that you have them." And because one's hope, which it was just for breast cancer, so they're meaningful to me. So we talked about that for a little while they were prepping everything. And then the anesthesiologist was like, "You're going to be feeling really good in a second." And so she started injecting the anesthesia. And not kidding, within 3 seconds, I was out. Don't remember anything until I woke up. An hour and a half was for the surgery, and then it was about an hour after that, after they took me out of the surgical room and back into my seat with a heated blanket in my little room. It was about an hour after I woke up from the anesthesia, like fully came around to where I could remember stuff. And so I sat there, and I had some Sprite. They gave me some Sprite. Let's see. And they just talked to me about what to do after and everything. And talked about my medications. They gave me Vicodin and Zofran, which is, Vicodin's for pain, Zofran's for nausea, and they gave me an antibiotic. And I had already taken, so I took a nausea pill on the way home because I didn't want to get car sick. And then we went and we picked up my pills. As soon as I got home, I had 2 Vicodin and my antibiotic. So right now, I don't feel any pain. And I know I probably look really weird because I'm a little bit loopy, and it just keeps getting more and more, so I'm going to try and speed this up. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys had a detailed kind of like schedule of what I went through, because I know when I was deciding to get them or not, I went through all these websites, looked at before and after pictures, looked up how long it takes for them to drop, looked up complications, looked up everything. And on YouTube they had a bunch of videos of women, and they told their story, and they went through and they gave updates, and that really, really helped me. So I hope that this can help other women who are kind of like, I don't know if the risks and the pain are worth it. I know I'm only a couple hours out of my surgery, but I love my new boobs. Like, they look amazing, especially because the fact that he had me sitting up at a 90-degree angle while doing the surgery. They're not high. Like, I can kind of show you. I have my surgical bra on, and I can show you. They're not high up. I mean, they are a little bit, but I'm only 18 years old, and mine were high up to begin with, and they were hard too. My breasts were very dense because I didn't have a lot of fat. But as you can tell, I mean, I can touch them. A little bit sensitive, especially, can't really, it's kind of numb down by the incisions, so that doesn't hurt at all. Shh, stop. So, but I'll try and give you a little bit of a side shot. They look big, and that's exactly what I wanted. But as you can tell, they're not high up. You can't even, I mean, you can a little bit, but they're still swollen. I'm hours out of surgery, and I don't think they look high up at all. And I'm really happy about them. That's my incisions, the gauze. I'm really happy already. But I really have a dry mouth right now, so I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll do an update tomorrow after I go see the surgeon again, and they'll tell me, you know, what I need to know. They'll look up and see what's going on. But it really sucks not being able to drink after midnight, because all morning before my surgery, I was like, I'm parched. So, it doesn't get better after, because after all the medications you have, and the anesthesia, especially if you have general, because it's like a tube down your throat, which I didn't feel at all because I was already asleep, so don't worry about that. But it just makes your throat really dry. And I had already had laryngitis, so that's kind of why my voice sounds like this. I don't think you can really tell that that's from the, the anesthesia. I think it's just from the pain pills that have dried out my throat and given me kind of like a cotton mouth, but completely bearable. Seriously, only a couple hours out of surgery, and I am ecstatic that I did this. Like, ecstatic. I sent a couple pictures of in this bra to some of my friends, and they're like, oh my gosh, they look so big, they look so good, they don't look like they're high up. I was like, I know, I'm so happy. Okay, well, I'll give you guys an update tomorrow, and I'm going to take a nap right now, and then I'll probably do another update, at my 1 week mark, when I have to go back and get my stitches removed, and I'll let you guys know how that is. And then, when I can, I will try and do a, bikini shot, to show you. But to me, they already look like they're not high up, so I feel like my recovery is going to be amazing. Again, ecstatic. So, well, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.